Hey guys, today I want to talk about why you should stop trying to do what's right and start being more you. So, when people are trying to make major trajectory setting life decisions, like what's the next step in my career, or should I date, or marry, or stay with this person, or should I have kids, or should I have another kid? The absolute worst question that you can ask yourself when you're faced with a decision like this is, what am I supposed to do? Or other versions of that question include, what's the right answer? What's smart? What's normal? What's correct and on track and in line with what everyone else does? Now, your automatic brain has already formed an answer on what you're supposed to do in different situations. And for me, those automatic supposed to answers look like this. On the career side, you're supposed to work really hard at the beginning of your career, and then you should transition to something with more work life balance. When it comes to dating, you should be married by your mid 30s to the love of your life. And when it comes to kids, you should have two kids. Now, it would be very, very easy for me to build my life around these so called right answers. And if I did, the life I built would feel subtly, pervasively wrong to me. Because guess what? My thought out want to answers look very different. When it comes to my career, I love working. I work all the time. And my number one priority is leaving behind a massive legacy with my body of work. When it comes to dating, I'd love to have a partner, but I'm also very happy being single. So that makes me incredibly picky. And married by mid 30s might not happen at this rate. And when it comes to kids, I actually don't want to be a parent, which dramatically affects the dating question as well. So, why is there such a gap between my automatic supposed to answers and my thought out want to answers? It's because my automatic brain has spent my whole life looking at books, movies, TV shows, and all the people around me, and it automatically created its own idea of what the right answer is based on everything that it saw. And my automatic brain is just trying to help. It wants to save me some time and energy while also keeping me safe, aka not so weird that I stand out too much. So my brain did all of this quietly in the background. And when I confront one of those big life questions, it gives me its right answer instantly and very strongly. But there are two big problems with that automatic supposed to answer. First off, there is no universal right answer that works for everyone. Some people love working. Some people want to lay on the beach all day long. Some people love playing with kids. Others prefer to hang out with adults. On every single dimension, it is literally impossible that there's one life setup that works for every person on Earth. Which means, even if every person around you loves the way that they've set up their life, it's completely irrelevant to you if you don't have the same preferences that they have. And secondly, you have a slanted, biased, incomplete data set. Your automatic brain did its absolute best with the data that it had. But chances are you've mainly seen examples of people who fit the norms of your culture. For example, for me, in books, movies, TV shows, and among all the real people in my life, I've heard lots of people complain about work and dream of working less. And I've heard very few people say that they love their work and want to do as much as possible every single day. And I've seen lots of radiant, happy, married couples, and very few radiant, happy, single women who are in their 30s or older. And I've seen lots of people who are planning for and celebrating having children. And I've seen very few people building and celebrating a life that doesn't involve parenting. And that's not because people who love work, are happy single, and don't want kids don't exist. I exist. There have to be more people like me out there. It's just that those people are less likely to speak up. And so they don't get included. When you solve for what you're supposed to do, but there's a gap between your supposed to answer and your want to answer, every option that you consider will feel wrong. Doing what you're supposed to do will feel wrong because it doesn't align with what you want. But doing what you want to do will also feel wrong because you're telling yourself it's not what you're supposed to do. So if you find yourself twisting in the wind, spinning in confusion, and overanalyzing everything, but never finding the answer that actually feels right, I want you to do 3 things. Step 1, I want you to extract your automatic supposed to answer fully from your brain. You have to understand it before you can question it. So ask yourself, what am I supposed to do specifically? Why? How did I come to that conclusion? What evidence and logic brought me here? Because you do have evidence and logic. You just need to uncover it. Then step 2, I want you to build up your thought out want to answer step by step. What do you want? If you were allowed to do anything, what would you do? What sounds fun? What feels like you? And finally, step 3, I want you to build up the courage and community to help you take action on what you want. Because doing what you want is often scarier than going with the flow. So you need to build up your conviction for why what you want is the right answer for you. And you need to start taking little, manageable steps forward and showing your brain that it's safe to do what you want. And it often really helps to find people like you, so you can reassure and comfort that part of your brain that we all have that just doesn't like feeling different. Now, you can definitely do all of this on your own, but it is way, way easier if you hire a coach, because a coach can give you dedicated time and a structured step-by-step process to take you from beginning to end and troubleshoot every step of the way. So if you're ready to free yourself from the shackles of doing what's right and step into the fun, the freedom, and the relief of being more you, then I want you to come talk to me so we can get started. Go to the link and click a free coaching consult.